So Lee, one of the things you had mentioned, what and I think has been consistent in this conversation is just really acknowledging the generosity of people giving their time and intention to support other people. And so beyond just receiving mentorship and being changed as a leader and growing as a leader because of it, I think the other part is when you zoom out is the when you've learned those things and been passed down that knowledge, then that moment where you pay it forward and support somebody else and to see that impact start to carry forward. So I was wondering if we could talk a little bit more about how you've paid it forward in other ways that you've mentored or advised other engineering leaders. Are there certain stories that you feel most proud of, or moments of mentorship that you've provided that you felt like you've paid it forward in a way that was really meaningful for you?
Yeah, so first I will say, I will start saying those things happen very naturally. I was not like saying, thinking about, okay, I'm mentoring these people. Or it just when someone come to you and ask for help, and you naturally feel like, wow, this is a person who really worthwhile, and then he or she really need help, and it happened to be I can contribute my insight, my experience, and I'm extremely happy to do so. And one of the example I'm very proud. Again, this is part of a tricky situation because I was his manager. But there was a time he wanted to leave Google to start his own company. And he was a superstar on my team. Obviously, I'm actually not too happy because I'm going to lose a superstar. But then he trusted me enough and he just shared, so hey, Lee, I'm thinking about it. I don't know whether this startup idea gonna work or not. And I know I have a great path in Google. What should I do? So I have all the selfish reason to keep him here in Google and under me, but I listened to his idea. Frankly speaking, at that time, I was not too convinced. I felt it was a little bit too low tech at that time. However, I can tell he just have that fire within himself. He want to do something. So I told him like, look, I personally not necessarily support this, but I think you're ready to do something new. Why don't you do this? I will encourage you not only thinking about this startup, but also look around. Maybe there's other startup who can use you as a senior leader, and but also look around in Google. Maybe you will find something new that will excite you, and maybe my team, unfortunately cannot excite you anymore. And also, I encourage him, say, look, this is something hard. It is not easy. Although with his caliber, he can come back to Google quickly, but go back and forth, you will lose a lot of benefit in Google along the way. I'm like, why don't you take time off? Because he's been Google for a while. He's entitled to take a long sabbatical. I'm like, why don't you take advantage of this benefit, and I will allow you to take a kind of extended leave and think through. And if you still want to do it, I will support you. But look around, not just stick with this idea, and look around what are the other things out there that will help you. And he did. He 3 months later, unfortunately, he come back saying, no, I'm going to do my startup. And I supported you. And in fact, later I become his company's advisor. But I would say he actually turned out to be extremely successful. We become a public company, a well-known consumer product that a lot of people use, and I'm very proud. And I'm very proud I didn't, for selfish reason, try extremely hard because he was young. He looking for my advice. I think I did my best to let him choose his own path.